Okay, my air conditioning just kicked in. That means it's time to start the show. Welcome, everyone, to the American Comedy Institute's online show. I'm so excited about our lineup tonight. We have really amazing comedians, many of who made their stand up debut at Gotham Comedy Club on Friday and are now making their online stand up debut for you. What you are going to see tonight is a group of comics who have all trained in a workshop conducted by the award winning comedy director, the founder of the American Comedy Institute, and the author of the book Mastering Stand Up, Steve Rosenfield. Now, people who have worked with Steve and come through the American Comedy Institute have gone on to perform on The Tonight Show, The Late Show, Saturday Night Live, Conan O'Brien, Gotham Comedy Live, and they perform in the best stand-up clubs all over the world, all across the country, and all over New York City as well. So no matter where you are right now, though, you are the proud owner of the best comedy club. We have an amazing lineup for you tonight. The 2-drink minimum is very much in effect. So let's get it started. My name is Michaela. I'm so excited to be with you tonight. It was just Pride in New York City here. This was just swarming with very proud people, and lots was spread. Lots of love was spread, and maybe some monkeypox. We'll see about that in a little bit. It's going to be interesting to discover. It was really fun, though. Pride, there were a lot of very attractive people walking around New York City. Now, I participated in Pride because in college, I was a lesbian. I'll admit it. And I still am because I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. So Pride was for me this year, and it is hard. It makes me feel a little insecure because everyone is really good looking. But I realized I don't have to try and look like everyone else. I just have to embrace my natural physique and be the hottest version of Rosie O'Donnell that I can be every day, going for the hottest possible Rosie, like a Flintstones Rosie O'Donnell. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I live in New York City. I like it a lot. I moved into a new apartment recently. It's great. It's okay. It's not my dream apartment because it's not above a bakery. That's what I'm really going for next year. That's what I'd love. I know I'd be friends with everyone who worked downstairs. They'd probably stop me after a long day every day and be like, "Oh, Michaela, my God, you're looking down. You look miserable." We got the solution. Okay. We got dozens of rolls that they baked weird and they're deformed. We can't sell them, but they're bread and you'll eat them. These are for you. That would be amazing. They'd probably come up the stairs in the middle of the night with like a 3-tier wedding cake, like, "The wedding's off. He died. Don't worry about it. This cake is for you." Amazing. I'd have no noise complaints. They probably wouldn't have any crazy parties. Just in the morning before they'd open, I might hear, "Oh, Paulie, we got so many utensils and they're covered in custards, meringues, and icings. How are we going to get them clean before we open?" "Oh, mate, send them upstairs. Send them up to that sweetheart upstairs." There's like a pulley system. I get a delivery, like lick, 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 lick. That'd be the best. Not my current apartment situation. Currently, I moved into a duplex that flooded the day that we moved in. But don't worry, there were 2 ways out of the basement. There's just no way out of the lease. We're trapped. We're stuck. It's okay. It's okay. New York is a cool place. I really thought when I moved here it was going to be like Sex in the City. It's like No Sex and the Outer Boroughs. That's the TV show I'm living in. But I have heard that it's become a playground for the rich. That's what they're starting to call it. And I see. It's just the rich aren't the only people on the playground. No. We are the exhausted caretakers sitting on metal benches, eating Ziploc bags full of dry Cheerios, just making sure they don't fall off their residential skyscrapers that are designed to sway. It's the most expensive thrill ride ever. And honestly, they're going up and down on like I don't know if you call it the teeter totter or the seesaw. They call it the stock market. And they love that. That's their favorite toy, their favorite. And they always want you to watch them too. They're like, "Oh, watch me over here. Watch me climb Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Whoa, I'm past success and I'm on my way to self actualization." That's what it feels like sometimes walking around the city. Um, in celebration of Pride, I did always have to talk to my aunts. I have a wonderful aunt who is gay. She lives with her wife in New Jersey, and they love to give me advice. They love it. They They just give outdated advice, I will say. They came out in the 80s. It was a rough time for them. And so I'll ask them just, how do I ask this girl out? And they'll say, okay, here's what you're going to do. McKay, step number one, marry a man, wait 10 to 12 years. Wait it out. Wait. Like, that's a long time. I don't want to do that. They're like, okay. Then at your weekly all girls poker game, go on up to your friend Debbie. You're going to give her a passionate but a clumsy kiss on the side of the cheek. Very important. Wait 10 to 12 more years. It never happened. Deny. Then at your goddaughter's communion, Debbie's going to be there. She's like family. Go on up to her, kiss her full on the mouth, tell her you would die for her, and live happily ever after. In secrecy, never tell anyone what you've done. Don't tell anyone who you are. I'm like, okay, I love you guys. It didn't help, but thank you so much. And thank you all so much. I am super pumped to bring this amazing lineup of comedians to you. Your first comic made her stand-up debut at Gotham on Friday. She is from Los Angeles, California, but performing from up there, all the way from over in Harlem. So please give it up virtually for the very wonderful Christine Picon.
Hey guys. Oh shit. I already fucked up my entry. Let me try that again. I've been working on some new entries. There's hello mateys. That actually seems inappropriate. Let me get that. Okay, how about howdy doody? And I only like that because I like the word duty. Oh. Okay, well, I'll work on that later. Let's just keep going. Okay, so June has been crazy, like crazy. It started with the January 6 hearings, and it's just snowballed into a pile of, anyway. So I needed to escape, and I went to my favorite place, Netflix. And what did I see there but the beautiful, adorable Jennifer Lopez and her J-Lo halftime documentary. Thank you. The 52-year-old is gorgeous. She's beautiful. But, and I don't mean to throw shade because I love J-Lo, but can a bitch start to age, please? I mean, seriously, just like, I'm not asking for like Golden Girls old, like maybe just like a gray top knot or some adult acne, or maybe like a little belly, just a little one that shows that she's gone through menopause. I mean, the woman works so hard. She has created a career of acting, entrepreneur, singing, dancing, philanthropy. I just have one job, and I teach kindergarten. She is a single mom raising twins. I have no children. What else does she do? She has multiple houses that she has to maintain. I have a 1-bedroom condo. She's been engaged 6 times, married 3. I've been married once for 30 years. Yeah, I was a child bride. So it's been tough. Maybe it's because I'm a kindergarten teacher. Like before the pandemic, or during the pandemic, the kids would come out and give us cardboard signs, and they'd be like, "We miss you. Teachers are the best." And we got paid with baked goods and hugs. And then parents actually started to appreciate us. And they were like, "I didn't realize how hard you worked." But as the pandemic grew and people started staying in longer, parents were the ones with cardboard signs. And now this time, they were the ones out there going, "Take our kids. They need to go to school. Teachers are lazy." And well, that's when I knew. That's when I knew we were back to normal. I'm Christine Picon. Thank you.
Christine Picon. Christine, I guarantee you, I can't even imagine having my elementary school education being online because I don't think any of my old teachers would have even known how to turn on a camera. There's no way. I would have thought all my teachers were a black box. So good for you. Your next comic coming to the screen also made her stand-up comedy debut on Friday. So all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, which honestly, one of the greater places in the world, I swear. Shout out to Duval. Please give it up for the very funny Flo Fagundes.
Hey, thanks, Michaela. Yeah, I don't know. Jacksonville's great, but I think New York's better. Anyway, okay, so I'm sure you see what I got going on here. I'm wearing this belt because I got in an accident in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, have you ever just stopped and realized how boring you are in bed? Anyone? Maybe it's just me. But being with the same dude for 10 years, shit gets old. It gets boring. So, I figured why not try something new and exciting for once? Because good old missionary just ain't doing it anymore. The same shit in the same hole in the same direction for 10 years. Boring. So anyway, it got a little bit out of control one night when we tried this crazy move. So before you knew it, I dislocated my vaginal lining. Yeah, that can happen. Ripped it all the way up to my left hip bone, rotated it, and then snapped out my clavicle. And if you haven't snapped out a clavicle in bed, you haven't lived. So if you want to know how he ended up, he was fine. He loved it. He was like, man, this is great. And whenever you stop screaming in pain, can we try it again? And I'm just like, yeah, no, actually, no. One morning, my mom told me and my friend to quiet down, and we didn't. So she came out of her room half asleep and was like, that's enough. Quiet down. But somehow, however she slept, allowed for one of her tits to hang out of her shirt all the way up by her neck, right down the middle to her belly. And I mean, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't be like, hey, mom, you got something there on your shirt, So, I got some good family genes, but I'm just praying I don't get those Amazon tits that, hit the floor like that. But, I had some problems like that with my mom. And it wasn't just in the morning. One night, I was trying to sneak back into the house with my friend about 2 a.m. after the club. We pull up to the front. There's my mom on the roof. And my friend, same friend as before, was like, oh, my God, is that the one-eyed tit monster? And I'm like, really? I guess my mom had a few drinks. So I looked up and I was like, Mom, what are you doing? Putting Christmas lights up now. And my mom goes, I got to get shit done early. And I'm like, Mom, it's July. Are you serious? I had friends that had issues with drinking like that too, right? My friend Natalie, she, after about 2 drinks, she would turn into Tiffany from the Valley. She would say like typical Valley girl stuff like, oh my God, my ass is so fat. Typical, But after, a few more drinks, if she drank more, she would turn into Snoop Dogg. But I guess more like Eminem because she's white. She would say stuff, She'd be like, yo, bro, my mama did me wrong, cuh. And I'd just be like, really? She'd be like, yeah. She smashed my boob. And that was my boob. And I'm just like, oh, all right. So it couldn't get any weirder than that with the drinking. But it did. One night when she asked me to stay over and stay the night, she was just like, stay the night. She was like, had that accent change. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then she started rapping. She was like, stay the night. Don't put up a fight, stay the night. And I'm just like, no, I gotta go. She insisted, right? She went over to get clothes for me to change if I wanted to stay. When she went over to get them, she bent over to pick something up off the floor. She had a short skirt on. She bent over and completely flashed me her entire vaginal scenery, the whole thing. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting hit on. I'm like, well, it's cool. But I'm just not really, She had no underwear on though. So like as soon as I saw it, I instantly looked the other way. Not because I'm married, but because I'm just not into those types of holes, I tried that shit in college. Just for whatever reason, just wasn't into it. Still cool there. I support the free balling, free lipping, Actually, now that I think about it, I should probably give her the one-eyed tits phone number because then might get along. Thank you. My name is Flo. Follow me at Flo Funny. That's all I got.
Flo, Flo Fagucci's. Flo, your mom sounds hot.
Got nice tits.
Great. No, it is troubling to. I know for a fact I have my grandmother's tits because I have her everything else. So like I know what's coming. It's and it will hit the floor. It's gonna hit the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your next comic, making his stand-up comedy debut. We're adding international to our show, to our list of words to describe our show tonight, because all the way from San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, please give it up for the very funny The Scarlet Boy.
Hello, good night, everyone. I believe there is such a thing as demonic possession. It sounds very real to me. And I also believe that demonic possessions are a great excuse not to go to work. Like just call and say, hey boss, I'm not going to be able to go to work today. Your boss would probably ask, why not? What happened? Well, yesterday I went to a Ouija board session and a demon possessed me. Anyway, I have an appointment with an exorcist at 2:30. What? I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. I can't believe you. That is so crazy. How can you not believe me? Why don't you believe me, stupid boss? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. It wasn't me. Yes, it was. The conversation will probably end with you're fired. You're so crazy. I'm not crazy and you're going to hell. I meant have a good day. Goodbye. I think it's important to let everyone know when you're demonically possessed. Like, imagine if Will Smith had told anyone that he was possessed before he slapped Chris Rock. People would be like, oh, that wasn't him. That was just a demonic entity that possessed him. And I don't think it's so crazy to believe in demons. I mean, people believe in diets. Some people say demons and ghosts are the same thing. But one of the biggest differences is that demons tear your soul apart and make your life a living hell, while ghosts just float around and say, woo. People are so scared to be possessed. But if a demon said they wanted me, I'd be flattered because I've been single for so long that I need someone by my side. But I think it would be weird to date a demon. I mean, I don't think you can go and watch a horror movie with them, because if you go watch The Exorcist, they might find that racist. Like, I can imagine walking out of the movie and the demon crying and saying, it was so discriminatory when the priest told the demon to go back to hell. And you can't go out for lunch with them because while you eat a club sandwich, what are they going to eat? A 4-year-old kid? Pass. I saw on the news that a baby was taken by a demon after the babysitter confused a demonic chant with a lullaby. Yeah, that's why you don't hire babysitters from Craigslist. If I was told that my kid was possessed by a demon, I'd be too scared to fight for them, so I would just go ahead and make a new baby. But just in case my partner would stupidly want to fight against that demon for our kid, I would be willing to sacrifice both of them for my safety. My partner would be in the room yelling, "Hey, demon, we're here to fight you." And I'll be standing at the back of the room screaming, "Not me, demon. I'm a pacifist. I mean, if you want to take someone, take my husband. He's the one who wanted kids." Anyway, whatever happens, I'm prepared. Be safe out there. And remember, if you encounter a demon, don't panic. Pull out your cross and maybe give them my phone number. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Give it up for the Scarlet Boy. Yes, any demons, please drop those demon digits in the chat and we'll make sure they get to him. That explains though why the voice that tells me to go on Craigslist in the morning is like, "Check Craigslist. There's something good on there. There always is Craigslist." I'm super excited about your next comedian because she's a great friend and she's coming all the way from Washington, D.C. You're going to love her. Please give it up for the very funny Yelena Kulik.
My friend is still saying that she may not going to get a vaccine because she doesn't know what's in it. And I said, of course you don't know what's in it. You once asked me what's in orange juice. She said, well, I am still worried. It could cause infertilities. And I said, oh my God, finally, the birth control that works. My sister is all excited about this new book she recently read, that numbers could have spiritual powers. And if you know how to use them, you can achieve your heart desires. And I said, I already know this. The numbers that I use to achieve my heart desires are 3728, 5024, 7508, 3052. Expiration dates 0325. There is some scientists. They believe that people can live up to 200 years. Well, I think it's too much. I think they should discover how to live up to 100 years, but still have a perky boobs. I get cold a lot. And my friends asking me, what did you do in Russia during winter? And I said, what do you mean? I did what we always do, suffer. It's hard to be Russian right now. I went out for the drinks with my friends and I wanted to order my favorite cocktail, Black Russian. But when the waiter came by, I got so self-conscious and I didn't even want to say word Russian. So I said to her, can I please have one black, the famous black? She's like, no, I don't know what you mean. I said, I just want to have one black. She's like, this is a bar. This is not a dating site. I'm like, no, you don't understand. How do I put this? I just want to have one black Eurasian. She's like, you want to have a black person who is also Eurasian? I'll have Jack Daniels. My teenage son came home the other day and said, Mom, girls in school really like tall guys. And I'm only 5 feet 7. Do you think I have a chance to grow up to be over 6 feet? I said, maybe you will, maybe you won't. But that's not the reason why people attracted to each other. Do you know why I married your dad? For love and his Ferrari. My daughter told me about this Japanese method of organizing. She said, I have to get rid of things that don't spark joy anymore. And I said, should I go upstairs right now and start packing? My husband told me that I asked for presents that are just too expensive. And I said, fine, I'm going to stop asking you for a swimming pool. He said, thank you, this is so much better. And I said, can I still get a pool boy? Thank you so much. I love you.
Yelena Kulik. Yelena, from me, tell your son I would kill someone to be 5'7". He's fine. It's fine. Absolutely lived the best life. Your next comic coming to the stage. Also, we've never had him on a show before, so brand new to the ACI family. We're so glad to have him. Please put your hands together for A. Will from Buffalo, New York.
All right. What's up, everybody? Appreciate the love, Anna. Welcome to tonight's episode of Comedy from the Crib. They got us doing comedy on Zoom now. And I was a little bit nervous getting up here, just coming in here and doing this, but Michaela gave me some sound advice. The tried and true public speaking advice, right? If you get nervous in front of a crowd of people, you're supposed to picture them naked. So I'm gonna ask some of you to shut your cameras off. Some others of you, I'm gonna pin you to the main screen. And a couple others, I might just have to kick you out of the Zoom room. But we got white girls in the house, and I'm glad. One thing I love about doing comedy is that in front of a room full of white girls is the only time that I can come up here and nobody clutch their purse. White people feel about me like I feel about guys with neck tattoos. I see them coming, and I just know some bullshit's about to happen. The other day, this stocky bald guy with neck tattoos was coming at me in the supermarket. And you know how you start to tense up a little bit? He got close to me and he looked me in the eye and he said, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And it freaked me out. It caught me off guard. So all I could think to say is, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And I walked away. So as comics, we're used to doing comedy in a lot of different places, right? Most of which smell like weed, piss, and cheap cologne. Well, this place that I'm in tonight doesn't smell like cheap cologne at all. Anybody in here on the dating apps? If you happen to see my picture on one of those dating apps, that is not me. And my wife made sure that I clarify that tonight. I'm on my best behavior. My phone was hacked. However, if any of you ladies like what you see on that hacked profile, you can help me find out who did it by sending your nude photos to that profile. It would definitely help me with my investigation. It's like setting a trap, you know? But I am married. It's been 10 years a slave. I feel like I'm in a Mexican standoff and we're both just waiting for each other to do something wrong. Tonight, I realized just how much disrespect kicks into the relationship when I got ready to come out and my wife says to me, have a good time. I'm like, she's got the audacity to wish me well. For the first 9 years of our marriage, when I would go out, she'd say, where are you going? Who are you gonna be with? When are you coming home? And now all of a sudden she's comfortable sending me off into the land of free range camel toes and she wishes me well. It's because she knows she's already stripped me of my manhood, got me driving around with car seats in my car. She even has the kids in on the disrespect. They're like, have a good time, daddy. You better get your little ass out of my face. I do love my wife though. I need her in my life at this point because after years of drinking and smoking, my brain no longer accepts new information. My wife is like my memory card, and I have to take her anywhere that I go that I might pick up new information. If you want to tell me something that I don't already know, you need to make sure my wife is there. And sometimes people tell me stuff, and I'm like, hold on, let me get my wife. And if she's not there, I'll even call her on the phone. She gets annoyed by that, but that's better than what she does to me. She's one of those people that likes to play that guessing game. You know that thing some of you like to do, guess who? And for me, that's like a dog playing fetch. That's the highlight of my day. Guess who I saw at the mall? And I love that because I actually like to guess. I'm excited because I think that she's gonna have some kind of superstar story, right? I'm like, was it the weather guy from News 2? Patrick Stewart? The Rock? The dude that does the voice for Cleveland Brown from Family Guy? Bobby Flay? Jake from State Farm? Oh, it better not be Jake from State Farm. I don't want that guy anywhere near my wife. I'm not into dudes, but that is one hot guy. That's one guy I couldn't even be mad at if he ran off with my wife. He's got no superpowers or nothing, just khakis and a polo shirt. And I don't know why my wife gets frustrated when I do that. She's the one that started the game, but her ending to the game isn't half as fun as my ending to the game. She'll say, stop messing around. It was Tina. And I was like, why was that even a game? Why was it interesting that Tina was at the mall? She lives right down the street. And she's like, remember I told you she moved? You never listened to me. I said, when did you tell me that? Like 2 weeks ago. Well, you know my brain stopped accepting new information last year, so that's on you. That kind of stress causes me to drink. And drinking is now one of my favorite things to do. And sometimes I know I drink too much. Did you guys know that you're not supposed to drink before you give blood? I don't know how I was supposed to know that. Before you give blood, they have you fill out this form. And what's on the form is what's important, right? If it's not on the form, it must not be important. Because on that form, it asks whether you've traveled to a third world country in the last 6 months. It must be important because it's on the form. They ask whether you've had sex for money in the last 6 months. It must be important because it's on the form. They even ask if you hung out with the Scarlet Boy in the last 6 months. It must be important. It's on the form. But nowhere on the form does it say anything about not drinking before you give blood. I thought I was paying it forward. Why not give them a pint with their pint? And I know I got to stop. I got to chill out with the drinking because I found that recently I've been getting whiteout drunk. You guys know what whiteout drunk is, right? It's when a Black person gets so drunk that they forget that they're Black. The first time it happened, no harm, no foul. I woke up wearing one of those Dunder Mifflin shirts. I don't even know where I got a Dunder Mifflin shirt. I didn't own one before that night. But the last time it happened was critical because I forgot how to do the electric slide at a Black wedding. Talk about stressful. And sometimes when I get drunk, I get caught up in the emotion of things, right? I was partying on the streets. I found this group of guys and they were selling these t-shirts that are in support of some young guy with cancer. And I went all in. I was drunk. I spent way more than I meant to. And I bought 12 Let's Go Brandon t-shirts. Well, turns out Let's Go Brandon has nothing to do with saving some kid with cancer. And now I'm the top Republican donor in the city of Buffalo. Thanks for your time, everybody. I've been A. Will. Have a great night.
A Will. A Will, that was awesome. And I know for a fact that your wife is a 10. 10, she has 10 gigabytes of storage in her brain, for sure.
Right.
That was really great. Thank you. Before I bring up your last comic, I want to mention that our workshops are totally online with the exception of our final in-person show at Gotham Comedy Club. So if you want to do stand-up comedy, you can do it with the American Comedy Institute with Steve Rosenfield. Just go on our website, comedyinstitute.com. Our next online workshop starting up on July 12th. So we hope to see you there. Your final comic tonight is performing from Brooklyn, New York. She is very funny. You're going to love her. So please put your hands together for Ina Zozulia.
Hi everyone, hi. My name is Inna Zazulia, and Zazulia from Ukrainian means a cuckoo bird. But for some reason, many people think that I am cuckoo. Yes, that's what they say. Just recently, I gave a speech in front of many people at a huge conference in which I'm expert mental health. And I prepared a very effective opening that should bring more attention to the subject. And right after I entered the stage, people began laughing at me like something wrong with me. And you know what? I didn't allow them to put me down. I just stopped my speech. I put my pants back on and left this building. You know? Or wait, did I put my pants back on before or after I left the building? Not sure. And okay, yes, if I'm crazy, okay. But I know a lot of people who are even more cuckoo than me. For example, my professor when I was in college. One day he came and said, I'm gonna divide the world in two categories. In one category, I will put people who I believe they normal. And at second category, I will put names who I believe is abnormal. And you know what he did? He put me, my name on the board on the category of normal. And that's crazy. And now you're looking through YouTube, our show, and even I don't see you, I know what you think. You probably think that, oh, we are normal people. Okay, no problem. But please consider this. You are now listening a woman with a heavy Russian accent, which impossible to understand. You're still there. But it's still, you know. So, and you still think that you are normal. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And actually, let's talk about this sound. I know where we hear this beautiful sound, what we think. But first, let's remind you. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. When we hear this beautiful sound, we think that cuckoo birds do this sound because they celebrate new day, or maybe they greeting this beautiful life. No, guys, no, it's not true. It is just their mating song. Yes, mating song. And now, when you know that, please think what you're gonna hear every day if you buy a cuckoo clock and you will put this on your wall. It's gonna be like this, the same, and every hour. Hello, guys. Now it's time to fuck. Fuck you, fuck me, fuck you, fuck me, fuck you, fuck me, fuck you, fuck me, fuck you. Guys, at least do not put those clocks in the children's room. Okay? And now, guys, let's summarize what we just have learned about cuckoo birds and their sound and what it means. And for that, I will sing short song first in Russian and then in English. Please sing with me. I'm gonna feel your participation, okay? So first in Russian. Guitar, I don't have guitar. Imagine, okay? Если весело живется, делай так, сим, ку-ку. Если весело живется, делай так, ку-ку. Если весело живется, мы друг другу улыбнемся. Если весело живется, делай так, ку-ку. Oh, I didn't know that you know Russian, for those who sang with me. Yes. And now let's sing in English. But consider what you've learned about what means cuckoo in cuckoo language. Okay? 1, 2, 3. If you're happy and you know, say fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Guys, I have to hear you. Phil, if you're happy and you know, say fuck me. Fuck me.
Fuck me.
If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, say fuck me.
Fuck
If
me.
you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, so it's fun. La 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 la. Oh yes. Guys, welcome to the Cuckoo Club after what you see with me. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ina. Ina Zazulia. And now, yes, we have all learned. We've learned many things this evening. Many, many things. I hope one of which you learn is that we have a great comedy program with the American Comedy Institute, and Steve is a phenomenal teacher. So I hope you take our online workshop, and I hope you're here performing with us next month and at Gotham Comedy Club every month too. So have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone.